All right, first question for CJ. Who wants to start us off? All right, Jeremiah.
Yep, Jeremiah Holloway with Inside Carolina. CJ, I wanted to ask you about the obviously the defensive line when it comes to specifically stopping the run and generating pressure on the quarterback. Seems like the last couple of games you guys have done things better to kind of execute there. What do you feel has kind of changed in that regard last time?
I would say, the first game we had a win, but we come to practice every day trying to execute and get better. And the one thing that we try to really stand on as a defensive front is to stop the run. I like to always say before the game, it starts with us and it's going to end with us. And we took it as, kind of like our job really to set the tone for the game and stop the run. Yeah.
And then going off of that as well, looking at film of TCU and their offensive line, and obviously they like to run it as well. What kind of sticks out to you just about the way they approach the run game? I'm sorry, UCF. That's it. UCF. I'm sorry, UCF.
I'm sorry, could you ask one more time?
Looking at UCF, they like to run the ball. Looking at them on film, what kind of sticks out to you about their run game and how they approach it?
I mean, it's really more about us and what we have to do. Really going down there, prepare. We've been preparing all week. Day by day, getting better, focusing on it. So yeah.
Adam.
CJ, Adam Smith with Inside Carolina. It's good to talk to you. As Jeremiah mentioned, TCU was wondering, how far do you think you guys have come as a defense since the TCU game? It was kind of a rough night for you guys. You're playing, getting back in the power conference competition now for the rest of the way after the last couple of weeks. How much progress do you think you guys have made as an overall defense since the season opened?
I feel like we made a lot just because, we come in and we get better day by day. I like this also. So, we as a team, as a unit, we take pride in trying to get better 1%, at least 1% every single day. We come in every day, to work. The past game was the past game. We build off of it and get ready for the next.
Some guys were saying after Richmond the other day that the TCU game was kind of an eye-opener. Would you agree with that? How would you describe it, just in terms of you guys' performance not being what you wanted it to be?
It's just something to build off, Like I said, we're just going to build off it day by day, week by week. Come to practice, get better, and get prepared for the next moment.
Grant?
Hey, CJ, Grant Sasher of Tar Heels on SI. Kind of building off of their questions about UCF. I mean, you guys have improved over the course of the season, but it's really started with the defensive line. I mean, I know you had a big-time game last week. You had the strip that led to Makai's fumble recovered for a touchdown. Leroy led the team in tackles, and of course, Melkart had 2 sacks. How do you guys plan on building off of that momentum? And then what do you see are some key matches or challenges for the defensive line against their offensive line?
Really building off of that, as a unit, we come in every day just to really push each other to, the best of our capabilities. Like you say, that you named 2 of a lot of other ball players we have on that D line. So, yeah.
Noah?
Hey CJ, Noah Westcott, Tar Heel 24/7. I'm curious, when you originally committed here, how was that process for you? I think Wake Forest, you committed to, then decommitted, and then committed here. Just what stuck out to you about Chapel Hill, and why did you ultimately decide to come here?
I just like to say I'm truly blessed. Everything happened for a reason, so I just walked the path that was laid out for me, and that was here.
What stuck out to you most about Chapel Hill when you were, coming here and realizing this is where you wanted to be? What was it?
Really Coach Belichick and the conversation that I had with him, we had a great talk, and I just feel it was the right place for me to be at.
What was it like for you to talk to him? Was it sort of surreal?
Yeah, I would say it was in the moment, and then I was also able to, still stay close to home, whereas I'm from North Carolina, played with,
Jeremiah?
Yeah, we got to talk to Melkart the other day, and one thing that Bill was saying about him was, he's one that doesn't have the loudest voice, but he's, respected a lot amongst his teammates. From your perspective, what's it been like, playing with him, and just what is he like as a teammate?
Yeah, Melkart, he's just another one of those guys on the team. He might not be like the most vocal, but he leads by action. I feel like that's something we do as a unit as well. Like our actions do more than words do. You feel what I'm saying? So yeah.
Go ahead, Steve.
Kate Schmaker, Inside Carolina. We talked to Makai after the Richmond game. He said he felt like this defense is really gelled quicker than kind of any other unit on the team. Is there anything specific that you think has led to that, either on the field or off the field?
I would just say, you know, us coming in together every day, ready to work, not trying to R, and we built a culture here to where, you know, fast, aggressive defense that we want to be. So yeah.
Is there anything off the field that's kind of bonded you guys though?
Yeah, no, yes, for sure. There's, you know, like for example, I know as the D lineman, you know, we'll have weekly dinners at times, but
Where's the place you guys go often for dinner?
man, there's a couple places around here, so yeah.
Anybody, anything else for CJ?
Yeah. You know, I know you're in high school. Of course, you committed to ECU, and you know, looking at your offer list. I don't think you got an offer from North Carolina. So when you're at ECU, how much of that motor carried you, if not getting an offer from North Carolina? And then when you came here, did that motor keep going as you're trying to prove yourself to not only yourself, but also the people that may have not recruited you in high school?
Well, you know, the motor thing is something that I've always just instilled in me. I feel like that's like I wouldn't say superpower, but that's something I really take pride on, is my high motor and how I carry myself. Doesn't matter what program I'm part of, I'm going to always, you know, push myself to that farther point. But now I'm blessed to be here to continue to do that.
CJ, who'd you grow up pulling for down in Vanceboro?
What was that?
Who'd you grow up pulling for down in Vanceboro?
I was a North Carolina fan for sure.
Were you?
Yeah.
Didn't know if that was NC State territory or not. I mean,
All right, you guys all set with CJ? Perfect.
Yep.
Good stuff.
Appreciate it, CJ.
CJ.
thanks, man.